This is Freetown Television Network. 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 This is Freetown. This is Freetown Television Network. 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 This is Freetown Television Network.
Today waka just begin for me to better tomorrow. For as long as we dey keep for work on we self, we go most bring out we best. We own best in how we can come near the people and things them we matter to we. We dey look for experience where they connect we any side and they give we sense altered.
Orange, the most reliable network na salon today. Don't put plenty money per network coverage, data service, and plenty other thing there. We don't come near you now. So you and you family them go enjoy the best telecom service at the highest standard. And beside you then a salon.
orange.
This is Freetown Television Network. 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 Freetown Television Network. This is Freetown Television Network. This is Freetown Television Network.
2112. 12.
This is Freetown Television Network. 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 This is Freetown Television Network.
It's a pleasant evening. Many thanks for joining us in this edition of Top Hand News. In our headlines for tonight's news, the Commission for Persons with Disability, in collaboration with the Ministry of Social Welfare and Children's Affairs, has donated a check worth 10 million to the Handicap Action Movement at Wellington in Freetown. The Eureka Foundation has on Friday 29th March donated mathematical sets and National Primary School examination past papers to Class 6 pupils of the Tabernacle West African Methodist Primary School. Easy Limited is presently engaging in the trade of mobile public toilets to help tackle toilet situation in the country.
Welcome to FTN Top News. Welcome to FTN Top News.
Broadcasting live from a studio Hertz number 2 Godrich Street in Freetown. You're watching and listening to FTN Top News on channel 35 and on Freetown Radio 90.4 frequency modulation with me, Antonia Kamara. In this edition of Top Air News, we've got stories making news in and around the country or lined up. We begin with the very first story. In a way to endorse education, the Eureka Foundation has on Friday, 29th March 2019, donated mathematical sets and National Primary School Examination past papers to Class 6 pupils of the Tabernacle West African Methodist Primary School, Circular Road in Freetown. FTN's reporter Moses J. Lavelle Jr. was there and now reports.
Yes, it is necessary to give thanks and praises unto the Lord. The Eureka Foundation, a community-based organization that facilitates services in diverse ways to different schools, within the country, has donated mathematical sets and past question papers to Class 6 pupils of the Tabernacle West Africa Methodist Primary School, Circular Road in Freetown. Reginald Tekam, the chairman of the foundation, explains the rationale behind the donation.
So I want you guys to be very proud of your education that you are having. Please, these are items we intend to give to particularly those who are going through the NPSC exams. It is no strange thing. These are 10 years past papers. It is a 10-year past papers and of course question and answers. And of course we all know the nature of NPSC exams. It is no strange deal. You have to go through these past papers to keep yourself abreast with what you are doing. So it's an opportunity for you now to at least have a gist of what you are going to see in the real exams. And we want to wish you well. We trust Tabernacle will be among the number that will be counted for this year NPSC exams. Because we are proud and we know that all of you will not go and keep this into your cupboards. So please be very serious and attentive to your work. We want to hope and pray that you make good use of these materials so that when we come next year, we are going to check all of you who got 385, who got 360, over 370. These are the marks we want to hear.
Samuel Williams, a Class 6 teacher of the school, expressed gratitude on behalf of the school for the kind gift.
We want to express our thanks and appreciation to you and your organization for the gifts you have given our pupils. We are sure that we will help them to maintain this in good order so that perhaps after some time when you come here you see that it's still intact. And we are going to ensure that they study its contents and apply them when they go to take their exams. We do hope that all these things will be of benefit to us and we will one day have time to let them say thank you to you and your organization.
This afternoon, I feel good because the Eureka Foundation has endorsed me to study hard, said Jamilatu Yassane, a beneficiary.
This afternoon, I feel very good because of the Eureka organization. I can now study harder and harder because this school is one of the most popular school I've ever attended, 300 and above, to go to convent. Songs of praises to God and the donors for the support was all the children have to offer as they dance and clap in joy. Will these materials be utilized to bring out flying colors in the forthcoming National Primary School examination? For Freetown Television Network, Moses J. Lavelle Jr. reporting.
Public toilet facility is a vital contribution to health and sanitation in every community, though it is limited in some communities across the city. To help ease the situation, Easy Ease Limited is presently engaging in the trade of mobile public toilets. FTN's Mohammed Sanko has the details.
Public toilet facility is a vital contribution to health and sanitation for every community, so it is limited in Tia's community across Freetown. Therefore, the demand for mobile toilets will be a vital contribution to health and hygiene in our communities. James Van Dee, Operation Manager, AZ East Limited, said mobile toilets were introduced in 2015 because of the lack of toilet facility in some areas in the city and the country as a whole.
That's an initiative we implement in 2015 after the outbreak of Ebola. We can see this because of lack of toilet facility in some areas there. That will make the Ebola spread more. And even apart from the Ebola, we can see at the beach them and even stadium here, when people like to get program and to mess around the place, they ease themselves inside plastic bags, drop them in gutter, so that can make the place appear fine. So we can see necessary for more doing this kind of initiative. So like mobile toilet on side we don't get any existing toilet facility like through Kana Stadium here. It but sometimes water shortage can be. For real mobile toilet, always water available. So you can easily pump up, Valley pump up, water not there around. You just can't do it. We always prepare. So as you can, able easy step, easily. Let me come in name easy ease. You can easily easy step. This mobile toilet will get, as you can see inside, you get a flushing system where you can open, you see the siphons down, you easy step. You get toilet roll inside it. You inside the can do, you see what can be seen, you wash your hand and easily go. We sell because if we sell they sell them, nothing we get continuous servicing system. Nothing the chemical they put, as you don't see, a blue chemical they put inside for regulate the odor and therefore break down the physics. If you just left and give person, you not go sabi manager. So we prefer people and range.
Citizens in Freetown welcome the idea for the innovation of mobile toilets as it can help greatly in the area of hygiene and sanitation. Especially in the city, others suggested the implementation of the same in other parts of the country.
Not only the city, even the provinces, if we can extend the kind of development and that would be nice for the country. But like one of the things that impressed me, where I entered at the place, they really accommodatively nice. You can remove the decay material from the stomach, you know, the feeling odor way will be discouraging. Anyway, we're not the sky. But like, of course, they also ask you now for let us extend on the main centers, like that crowded area there where people can actually press for easy, where the accessibility is not there. Really, if we can extend our services there, that would be nice for the country. That would be nice for the people of this country. Of course.
Also, you make the stadium clean in it. You know, toilet is scattered outside because anybody will kind of pay go inside and the place so decent. It's fine for everybody. That's you can do.
Health is wealth. I am Mohamed Sanko, FTN News Freetown.
Moving forward, National Telecommunication Commission (NATCOM) has on Thursday 28th March updated the press and the general public concerning the SIM-box fraud that erupted in the country a few months back. This updating process followed up with the usual government weekly press briefing held at the Ministry of Information and Communication Conference Room, EU Building, Brookfields in Freetown. Here is a highlight.
Interest to ensure that the social contract that the MNOs, or whether it's a fixed operator, as well is being met by the operators. Equally so, you try to make sure that the services that the end users, the citizen, like my Mr. Chairman will always say, the voters, are paying for, they are actually getting it. They are getting value for money. I can tell you, not to dive into what has happened in the past, we must not forget that we inherited a situation that we have gradually tried to improve it. And I can tell you, and you start seeing the scores published, the indicators published, going back 3, 4, 5 months as a baseline, or 6, 7 months, or 12 months, then you will see the gradual improvement that will encourage, for the most part, will encourage the operators. It's going to come to a point where enforcement will be the just. But we hope we don't have to get to that point. And I can tell you, I've seen it, I've seen the improvement. It may not be at your doorstep now, but watch out, it's coming. We have what we call type approval, going back to the equipment. And we are doing that we're doing that at NASDAQ to certify this equipment. But equally so, you raise something very, very important. And I can tell you, under the leadership of the chairman, Dr. Quinzadin, under the astute management, myself and Dr. Katibi, this is a specific area that we zone in on. What is that? Basically, if Antifatu, Antimusu has bought airtime and there's a rating 650 euros per minute, and Antifatu is using the phone for 5 minutes, we are going to make sure that we are going to own the data the commission intends to procure, and that's active, ongoing, procure tools that we are going to put in place to even do metering. What do I mean by that? If you buy data only and they promote it that it's 50 millions per megabyte, that tool is going to count at random. Then we bring the MNOs to the books. And if even we have to apply, fine, we'll do that. So we are looking out for the customers. That's our number one focus. Look out for the customers, look out for the voters, and look out for the investment of the operators.
Approximately 193 countries are with the hope of achieving 17 Sustainable Development Goals as adopted by the United Nations General Assembly. The essence of the SDG is to enhance national cohesion and development across countries. FTN's Lukule Moses has more on the story.
On the 25th of September 2015, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Integrated Transformative 2030 Agenda, which they refer to as Sustainable Development Goals. 193 countries, including Sierra Leone, is part of achieving these goals. Sierra Leone is plagued with poverty, ineffective democracy, weak governance, and also poor service delivery. The people of Sierra Leone have gone through hardship for decades. They've suffered huge loss of life and also the destructive of livelihood properties. Of course, Sierra Leone is optimized to achieve these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. What does Sierra Leone need to achieve these goals?
Poverty is something that has been bothering us in Africa in general, but I believe in Sierra Leone we have a lot of contributing factors towards it, which I believe can be cut down because it cannot be eradicated. Poverty is something, it's human nature actually. I believe in Sierra Leone we have different ways to do it, to cut it down, the rate of poverty. We have self-employment, which of course I believe our people are doing down there, getting yourself employed by yourself, because we can't wait for the government to employ everyone. The job facility out there might not be able to equip everybody. So with this one, you can be out there to provide yourself a job. And also we have entrepreneurs. These are people who come up with ideas, develop ideas, and also try to employ others in their own various ways. So I believe with this one, it helps a lot.
Putting more or creating a playground wherein farmers are given enough capital or adequate and mechanized equipment to do their farming. Hunger is as a result of poor farming techniques in the country, and we all know our farmers here in Sierra Leone, they lack the know-how, the skills, the equipment to carry out their activities. So by government providing all this for farmers, they can be well equipped to carry out their activities.
Sustainable development is a development that improves the living condition in the future without compromising the resources of future generations. It improves growing together. It improves, reflecting the thinking of other people and also maintaining the integrity of environment. To ensure
that we maintain sustainable development goals, Sierra Leone must ensure they work together in order to make certain changes to transform our beloved society. Will President Biyo lead the convoy in maintaining and also achieving the 17 sustainable development goals in Sierra Leone? Reporting for FTN Top News, I am Lukule Moses.
Away from that story, Christian Aid, together with Council of Churches Sierra Leone Charter, has officially launched what they call side-by-side faith movement for gender justice. This is to promote gender equality in the country. This event took place at the CCSL compound, King Haman Road in Freetown. Here is the story.
The fight for gender justice is not only for Christians, neither Muslims, but a fight for government, traditional leaders, non-governmental organizations, and the general public. Ebon James Dekan is the Secretary General of Christian Churches in Sierra Leone. She explains more about the national fight for gender justice.
And welcoming also the launching of the side-by-side Sierra Leone chapter. This is an interfaith event, and it has been organized by the Christians and the Muslims. I don't stand out among all countries in the world for our acceptance, respect, and trust in each other's religion. We have made this in the world, and others have come to ask us, how do you do it? So come together to find solutions to any situations that threaten the life of our nation.
Women in Ghana are being suppressed in most cases with traditional and cultural practices. Haja Seminatu Kasim is the Vice President of Interreligious Council in Sierra Leone. She advised the congregation to follow the instruction of God, which is equality of all before God.
Example, firstly, Oscar was man. The woman who carried the water to the bathroom, then the man who got water from the bathroom, and his back, and he carried the water to the bathroom. Sierra Leone is protecting the human person with over 90% of our population, many Muslims and Christians. Our two pictures, prayer and about equality in the eyes of the Almighty. Let us in practicing our religion.
The Deputy Minister of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, Honorable Muhammad Haj Kela, emphasized on the Islamic point of view, which according to him, the Quran made it clear that all women are equal to their opposites, and as a result, trajectory is what Sierra Leone needs to develop as a nation. They must walk side by side. The launching was done by Miata Jabi, a representative from the Ministry of Development and Economic Planning. Will the government and the Gender Ministry work side by side to promote gender equality in Sierra Leone? Reporting for FTN Top News, I am Lukule Moses.
You're watching and listening to Top News on the Freetown Television Network on Channel 35 and on Radio Freetown 90.4 FM. Still to come on the news. Commission for Persons with Disability, in collaboration with the Ministry of Social Welfare and Gender Children's Affairs, has donated a check worth 10 million loans to the Handicap Action Movement at Wellington and Freetown.
This is FTN Top News. This is FTN Top News.
You know they? No. When you tell me I go join this Google SIM couple, for me I download this thing and I won't be able to get access to my account. And I want to put money so now we can.
Okay, so now this one is really simple. You don't go to the bank?
No.
Okay. Now go to the bank, let them update your account. Make sure say your telephone number they all know, because now the telephone number will make you get access to your Google SIM couple.
Okay.
Where you they go? Make sure say you carry your bank ID card and also the mobile phone where you they use, because now there we go download the app for you. Okay, so now you will not get account with me. What you need to wait for? Go on any of we branch and open account so you self go enjoy the local SIM couple.
Local Commercial Bank will make life better for we all.
Today waka just begin for me to better tomorrow. For as long as we dey keep for work on we self, we go most bring out we best. We own best in how we can come near the people and things them we matter to we. We dey look for experience where they connect we any side and they give we sense altered.
Orange, the most reliable network na salon today. Don't put plenty money per network coverage, data service, and plenty other thing there. We don't come near you now. So you and you family them go enjoy the best telecom service at the highest standard. Any side you then a salon.
Orange.
You are watching FTN Top News. You are watching FTN Top News. You are watching FTN Top News. You are watching FTN Top News.
Welcome back as you're still watching and listening to Top News on the Freetown Television Network on Channel 35 and on 90.4 FM frequency modulation on Radio Freetown. We continue with more stories. In a bid to fight some of the challenges faced by disabled people, the Commission for Persons with Disability, in collaboration with the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, has donated a check worth 10 million loans to the Handicap Action Movement at Wellington in Freetown. FTN's Abubakar Kamara has the details.
The beneficiaries were delighted for the visits of a representative from various ministries, departments and agencies. With the gesture that was donated, Abu White Kurma, the chairman for the Handicap Action Movement, gave a brief background of the movement.
We begin a Saino junction where we do talent, we train the company disabled them. Then we train different skills and how we train them. But we don't do it for 22 years. For a better way, we go left food day. God don't take a life, you don't die. So the people that say they want them place, from the time when they give notice, we run after the government for like help way, commissioner, then we go to social welfare, we go all the institutions away for able help way, we go to media for the help way, we know able get the help rate. Then say the pull with the January the 31st of the 1st of January. Now in the pool at that place they we can one government building where they call Joshua. So that the student will get but cook will get there. Now also within there we not get place for sleep there. Now don't we sleep. Then we not get workshop. We not get every toilet there. Even for candle back for car also we develop small there. We need ramp there.
Mohamed Haji Kelly, the Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, reiterated that the involvement of persons with disability can contribute to the nation's development.
That if you want to make salon, you don't involve people there with disability. They not ready for make salon.
Sure.
We talk through the leadership of President Marabiu. Inside manifesto said he talk about disabled people and we see one how it been a dream. And even when they stay took me of parliament, he talk about I want to see first say when people they get toilet,
exactly.
They get water, then they get way how forget to that side.
No bad.
Then after that every other thing.
James Sarukonen, the Commissioner for the National Commission for Persons with Disability, promised to do everything possible to help the disabled with their necessary basic needs.
Hey, money not day. You understand? We get for squeeze.
Yeah.
We say, and the minister, deputy say, we go try for make we help on our immediate needs.
Yeah.
Because I can go talk out in the street and you don't catalog we plenty time. It just tell we what's in the encounter in my net we income. And we say fulfill them. We're not happy. But how small it is, we can't for make on a no say the new direction a day with we. So we face 10 million for now.
Disability is not inability. For FTN Top News, Abubakar Siddiqui Camera reporting.
Moving forward, USAID West African Trade and Investment Hub in collaboration with the Sierra Leone Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture has held a day workshop on the capacity building for Sierra Leone private sectors with the theme Accessing the U.S. Market. This workshop took place at the National Stadium Presidential Pool Brookfields in Freetown. Claudia Robert has more.
The AGOA workshop, which mainly focused on the export of Sierra Leone agricultural products among 39 countries' agricultural products to the United States of America's African food product market, was inundated with CEOs from the Sierra Leone private sector to clearly understand how to gain the U.S. African food product market and food trade fair. According to the coordinator and council member of the Sierra Leone Chamber of Commerce, Ayodele Wak-Williams, the workshop will help the Sierra Leone government to boost up policies for the Ministry of Trade.
Well, as a matter of fact, this is our first workshop we've organized under the Sierra Leone Chamber of Commerce for the private sector, because the private sector is a Sierra Leone Chamber of Commerce, and the focal point for government, which are policies, it's the Ministry of Trade. We organize this workshop, both the public and the private sector. Yesterday, the consultants trained the public sector and the Ministry of Trade. We have participants from all the 9 ministries, including our State House and NGOs. It was an NRA. It was a very successful meeting because, you know, AGOA is a gift of the U.S. government to eradicate poverty. That's the issue. But this gift is given to us, the private sector. We are the actors. And anyone can participate in AGOA. As long as you're a registered company, you pay your taxes, and you have products, quality products, competitive products, quality ones, that is, you can market to the United States and have a market in the States.
Kara Diallo, the AGOA specialist USAID, enlightening the audience about AGOA and its benefit to Sierra Leone.
AGOA is the African Growth and Opportunity Act, which is a unilateral trade preference program established by the U.S. government in 2000 and which allow 39 African countries today export more than 6,500 products to the U.S. Duty-free and quota-free. That's AGOA.
The head of Poultry Support Service and Lambano Sierra Leone Limited, Bijita Amwateng, explains some of the lessons learned from the workshop.
One of the things I learned is that there is now a change in the presentation. For example, our product have what is called nutritional macronutrient produce. For example, this is our short and spicy training, and they have also explained to us the way we should do the labeling. So one of the major things I noticed about the labeling has now changed from before. Now you write with added sugar, and my product I don't put additive, and sugar is one additive that I don't to my food. So that one will not affect me. And it also says you must take portion sizes. So my product already has portion size, and then it has address as per the AGOA.
Our food products are also vital to others around the globe. AGOA, an opportunity to grab. Claude Ateo Robert for FTN Top News.
You're still watching and listening to Tap News on the Freetown Television Network on Channel 35 and on Radio Freetown 90.4 FM. Let's now go for some sporting news. As a way to ensure inclusive participation in modern-day society, the Basketball Legend Youth Sport Education Foundation, a sport and educational advocacy network, has conducted basic basketball training for school-going pupils and people with disability as efforts to assist in transforming their lives through sport and education. Emmanuel Bassi, semi-basketball peer and co-founder of Basketball Legend Youth Sport Education Foundation, said the essence of the training is to empower girls and the physical challenges with education and sports to enhance their inclusiveness in society. He speaks more with FTN sports reporter Mohamed Zikuba in this interview.
Well, for a couple of months, we don't start to operate by coaching fundamental skills, basketball skills to female schools. And some of those schools are Convent, St. Joseph Convent, Methodist Guys High School, Animals Memorial, and FSSG, Freetown Secondary School for girls. And we see the need for us, this will be a way for patch everybody through inclusively, for include the amputees into the disabled into the game of basketball. There is a Para-Olympic which allows even the able and disabled for sit on a chair and compete. So it's like bringing everyone together in this new generation, using sports to bring people to get playing low to get high. If you want to bounce the ball, you get to get low. If you want to pass the ball, you get to get low. If you want to shoot the ball, you get to sit low. So everything in basketball is about sitting low, humble and be lifted up. And as they already go humble, they sit on the chair when not their legs, not their legs. It's so easy for them to just bounce and get a flow, pass, and also to shoot and make a basket, as the video will tell you how much improvement this will bring to the success of this. Very well. Thank you very much. These are the things we give me from the first day. Some of them engage in different sports of the handball, and so it's so easy for them to just incorporate handball and basketball, which are sport related. Or continue because we get a certain organization called the Hoop Fest. When at the pilot stage of a lady where they introduced them to Sierra Leone by the name of Miss Teresa Brooks. They about for the Camp Salon. They bring the Spukani Hoop Fest into Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone are the first country where they don't choose for bringing traditional basketball from the home state in the United States to Sierra Leone. One of the reasons for this Blind Self program for like we're able to give opportunity to the disabled, for make them go engage in themselves in this sport, wherein we go able for get better donors, better sponsorship, for able for sponsor them area, then we'll go able to move them from here, because we get workshops of leadership training or want to impact into them, we're going to give them a better life. We don't open them, we just start. And one of the good things is that we start with 2, and day like today, I get 12 na the western area. The eastern, another coach by the name of Coach Indiana, we're also now a piloter for Hoopface under the supervision of Miss Teresa Brooks. Also get a team where they work with the disabled Obaya.
Viewers and listeners, that's all we have for you in this edition of FTN Staff News. And as always, we'd like to receive your comments or feedbacks on any of the news stories or suggestions on any of our aired programs. Do send them to our Facebook page at FTN News or by email to freetowntvnetwork@gmail.com, or you could also follow us on page or by text messages to the number +232 978 906 904. Watch FTN TV live on Limey from anywhere in the world. You can even download Limey from Google Play or App Store and keep yourself abreast with unfolding international and national news stories. Many thanks for watching, and do continue to stay with us as I am your presenter, Antonia Kamara, bidding you a pleasant night rest. Bye for now.
This is Freetown Television Network.